Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Owen. My guest this week is, I thought it was Malik. Found out it's Malik.
Yeah.
Malik B.
Malik B, there it is.
What they do is they send me a list of like guests that are available this week, and I make phone calls to people I know, and then the studio makes. So I'm telling you, I read it Malik.
You know, it's spelled just like Malik.
And then when they said, hold on, then I said, and then they go, the guy you did the podcast with him, he used to be on a podcast, and I go like, what podcast? And they said, oh, ask him about it.
I already know that was coming. Yeah,
the podcast with the UFC fighter lost in the final of the Ultimate Fighter. He got knocked out. That guy.
That guy. Literally, if you go a couple of steps, that guy. Yeah, that guy. Around the corner. That podcast.
So what happened?
Damn, man, you just gonna no Vaseline. You
what
just gonna
happened?
Get straight
Fighter and the kid.
He go, no Vaseline. You go straight into it.
I'm going to get the viewers.
Yeah,
immediately.
exactly. God,
no reason.
Let's get the clickbait. We don't know who this guy is.
Let me just lay it out.
All right, go ahead.
So there's another podcast. Kudos to anybody doing podcasts. Anybody working. So there's another podcast called Fighter and the Kid. Very popular podcast that had Brendan Schwab and Brian Callen. And then Callen took a little break for personal reasons. And then you and another guy came in, and it was like Fighter and two black kids.
Basically, yeah.
And then I don't know what's going on now. Is Brian back? He's back.
Yeah.
And then what's going on with you? What happened? Damn, you got in a fight? You talking shit?
I mean, basically, nah. You know, I think I wasn't a good fit on that podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like, I don't know. I just wanted to, I spoke on it on my podcast.
Pump it. Pump your podcast.
Oh, yeah. Cutting Weight Podcast. You know what it is with my man G King, Jamar Neighbors. We talk boxing, you know what I mean? And it was like a little barbershop talk. So everybody wanted to know what was going on. I just gave them like I don't want to gossip. You know, I'm not I know we're in an industry of where you got to tell it all and all that stuff. But
I don't know if it's gossip or you're just telling the truth. It doesn't mean it has to be here's the thing. Every departure doesn't have to be bad.
Yeah. Well, necessary. I think we just did end it. If both terms were in agreement, would have both like said what we had to say and then just go. But you know, we live in a popularity contest where, like, if you have like so many followers, that narrative is going to be, a lot of people are going to believe that narrative because it's like, 1.7 million. You know, it's social media driven with people. So with me, little guy on the end, I'm like, nah, this is what happened. But it's like, yo, and then if I do come out, Gary, and say what really happened, they'll be like, oh, you just bitter. Oh, you just being bitter. So I just rather look. I'd rather be around something that's authentic and real, like like yourself and my.
Well, there's certain guests that I've been offered, and I go, I don't know how we would do together on air. I'm open to it, but some people more comfortable with, some I'm not. So it's not, like I said, it doesn't make it a bad thing.
Nah.
It's who you're, like, I wouldn't want the world's most popular curling champion, that ice shit you see in the Olympics. I would have nothing to talk about.
just broom.
So where'd you pick up your first broom?
Well, she's all started with a shake weight.
It's like, where am I going with this?
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, if I don't have another guest, I'll take it. But if you're gonna give me options, So I was like, that's what I'm saying. So I get it. It's just who you're comfortable with and what you're comfortable talking about.
Oh yeah, nah. You ask me anything. I just basically I don't think I was a good fit on there. Like I like how I can portray myself on there. I try to be something I wasn't on there. Like I try to be like the guy with Brian Callen, like make up stories. Cause I used to open for Brian.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I used to open for Brian. My second year in comedy, he took me on the road, and then he kind of got, his situation. I was hoping him come, he came out of it, which he kind of like fighting back. So, Brendan knew I was opening for Brian. He was like, "Oh, it makes sense if you just come on the podcast." So I try to bring something to the podcast that like my life and mix with Brian, and then it was like, all right, cool. I didn't want to overshadow anyone, but
let's say every job you get in this business, it's almost like we're stick shifting a car.
Okay,
you're just shifting gears.
Yeah,
that's all you're doing. That's bad at work, but also work is work.
Yeah, no, listen,
work gets more work.
That's what I'm saying. Look, sometimes you got to take 2 steps back to like see, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's 10 steps over here that I can like be successful in. So I just take 2 steps back. It was a learning lesson. And I realized I took a lot of positive and negative things in that situation. Like, you can learn, basically, you have to know yourself to have an opinion. right? You got to do what you got to do everything out of love. If not, you're gonna come out as a fraud, right? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I'm like, if I have an opinion, I have to know myself. So he come over there. I used to get on the podcast. I used to read comments, and I was like, "Yeah, don't read comments. Don't read comments." I was like, "Why? I want to see what the people are saying about me.
Yeah,
because I know who I am. You know what I mean? But then those guys are reading comments. I was like, man, all right, what the hell is this shit? So it's just like, it was just a narrative where I just felt like it was like I couldn't be myself freely. So
only thing that sucks is the other guy, Chappelle.
Yeah,
he's black, so you couldn't say it's because you're black. That would have been a good way to. Anyway, never mind. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Well, no, you said it right. Because this dude Gary stupid as hell.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yo, you could have told you the black card, but the guys.
Well, he grew up with a white family.
I know, but he fucked it up.
He fucked it up
for you, dude. You had it.
I had it right there.
You fired me because I'm black. The other guy's black. Fuck. Ah, guy Chappelle, man.
Fucking everything.
Never did like him. His fucking Slipknot t-shirts and squatting. I
squatting.
I DM'd him. He was showing like he was doing some. Yeah, I got 505 in the squat rack. I go, that sells no tickets. I said, bro, I can barely squat that. Sells no tickets. Nobody in the history of comedy has sold tickets because they put on the flyer. I squat 505. Come see me this Friday night at the Tempe Improv. No, he's a good guy. I like you.
Yeah, he's so stupid.
He was great on the podcast. Yeah, I had him on here. He was great.
I saw that. Also, I love when you popped in, you and Joe Coy. And Joe Coy, I used to have a Rolex, right? And I feel like it was just like me just being like a hothead. Like, I'm bigger than my shoes. When I was on that podcast, I thought I made it. You know what I mean?
The Koi Pond?
No. I was on Fighter and the Kids, and you and Joe Coy
interrupted
with Ricky, Ricky Williams. And then the funniest shit ever, you was like, yo, this headline is shit. And then you had like an Audemars. I was like, oh, that AP on there or something like that. I was like, God.
No, that was custom.
That was custom. So you see what I'm saying? Look, when you came out with that watch, I just slowly tucked mine over the whole. I look like that guy from Scary Movie 2. I just had my little hand.
You know what's crazy about that watch? It's a real diamond watch, and
Yeah.
it's got gold and white diamonds in it. And I barely paid for it. The guy is a jeweler out of Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
And one weekend I was at the Pittsburgh Improv, and he just came to my show, and he had all these. He was selling himself, almost like Jacob the Jeweler type shit. So he comes in the green room. He's got necklaces and watches and bracelets and earrings. I'm going, what the fuck? He goes, wear something on stage tonight, man. Let's see how he feels.
Okay.
So I'm going, okay. So then I got this ridiculous fucking pendant on.
That's hard.
But I got the watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went, he's interesting. His name's Michael Vesley out of Pittsburgh. And he said, yo, you like the watch? I said, yeah. He goes, yo, I'll give it to you. I'm not going to say the price, but it was low. And I was like, what? Like literally 80% off, basically.
Damn, he must loved you.
And then I did one of my comedy specials. He came and he laced me up with a watch, and then he just gave it to me afterwards, another diamond watch. So I have 2 diamond watches in my collection as I'm wearing a guest watch, which I got for Christmas. Because I don't want to go to the airport all gaudy with a diamond watch. They leave it to the stage. But I got 2 diamond watches that I basically barely paid for, honestly. That are worth a ton, by the way.
Can I say this, bro? It's like, yo, you was the white guy that like the hood love, bro. Because like we used to watch you on Comic View. Mm-hmm. And then my favorite joke I used to watch, so I know this is foreign, but black families used to eat at the table at dinner, right? Mm-hmm. And we were one of them black families. And we used to watch Comic View. And
Where'd you grow up?
In Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
But,
wow,
LSU fan.
LSU.
Girl, baby.
Well, I mean,
all right, I don't get you sidetracked.
God damn, you can.
I always bring it back to Cincinnati.
I was in for some way, somehow. Like, real quick. Brother.
Yo, go ahead with your Baton Rouge family dinner. Go ahead, man.
Hold on. That's hard. I didn't know it levitate. Okay.
It didn't until Joe Burrow got there, and then it just started levitating. Like before Burrow got to the Bengals, it stuck there. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, he got on team, and I went, hey. Yeah. Oh my fucking God.
You see what I'm saying? A Louisiana guy just levitating a Bengals. A Cincinnati guy. There it is. Yeah. But my favorite joke was when you called that black guy on stage, and he was like, "No, motherfucker," and you cursed him out. He was like, "Nigga," and I was like, "Yo, that right there, like had my family like just like we were laughing."
That joke originated at the Improv on Melrose, and D-Ray did it with me the first time.
What?
And I got a heckler, and literally this is how the joke came about. I had a heckler, and we're going back and forth. He's yelling shit, I'm yelling shit, and I go, man, if I was black, I would call you the N-word right now, but I'm not allowed. And the crowd went nuts, right? Yeah. And then the crowd, man, say it, motherfucker, you can say it. I said, no, I can't. You guys don't care about me. No, I can't. And D-Ray goes, I'll say it for you. I said, well, come up there, D-Ray. D-Ray came on stage, and that's where the joke was born.
Bro, that's such a great thing. Go ahead.
Chocolate Sunday stole it. Remember that TV show Chocolate Sundays on Showtime?
Yeah.
It was on for like 1 year.
Nah, I don't remember that.
They had a white dude and 2 black guys came out, and they turned that joke into a sketch. And I remember I called Pookie Wigington and said, yo, Pookie, you guys took my joke? And he was like, no, Gary, we have a think tank. And I go, who wrote it? I go, just let me know who to be upset. Because I have never in my life accused somebody of stealing a joke. Because I know we think alike. Comics say wavelength. So I was like, I wasn't accusing him, but I was like, that joke?
That's
was on my special.
Yeah.
When what made me really confused was Chocolate Sundays was on Showtime. That special was on Showtime you're talking about. I'm going, it's the same network. Showtime didn't even pick up on it.
Yo, so they took
but they took it. I don't know who took it. I don't think Pookie took it. I think somebody brought it to him. But they took it. Like that's where the joke was born.
But Gary, see, you telling me that story. I don't even remember Chocolate Sundays and taking the story. But if you see something that's gonna take something from me, it's like, man, that's personal. But to the public, I was like, man, that shit was only for 1 season. But your joke, I'll always remember it by, is like, yo, I saw that white guy in the family. He was like, Mama, nigga. I was like, he was just over extra. I was like, oh, okay, that's hard. That was funny. And then the Mike Tyson, he was like, we got white guys, if you put $100 on Mike Tyson, and then you could be allowed to say the N-word. I was like, damn, you right. He was like, yo, you saying like, hold on, bro, I got 10,000 on Tyson. He was like, shit, you can say it 3 times. I didn't know. He got knocked out the first round. It was like, hilarious, bro.
Baton Rouge, huh?
But I grew up in LA, though. I grew up after Hurricane Katrina, my pops moved us out here.
Oh,
so it's
really?
Kind of like, so I kind of say LA because I think your most important years is your adolescent because you're trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
So he didn't want us to like grow up around gang banging, which is crazy because as soon as you get out here,
what part of LA?
Inglewood. He from Inglewood.
Wait a minute. Your dad doesn't want you growing up around gang banging?
Yeah.
And he moved you to Inglewood?
Inglewood, bro. Yeah. Because I can box now. I used to be a boxer.
Go to the Valley.
Why the fuck would I go? You don't get the real LA experience.
If you're worried about gang banging, you don't go to Inglewood, Dad.
Nah. He knew. I
gotta talk to your dad.
We could call him. I'm like, hey, Pops, Gary's trying to like talk about your parenting.
This is before SoFi Stadium. This is before gentrification.
Yes, before. I'm talking about right there on Glenway and Beach, where it's like, yo, you neighborhood Pyrus be outside, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, hey, bro, where you from? I was like, I'm from Louisiana. No, I said, where you from? And I was like, yo.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Excuse my gang banging
go ahead.
Vernacular. Pyru is red or blue?
It's red.
Pyru's red. Got it.
Yeah. I'm talking.
Pyru's red. That's why I like the Bengals. There's no gangs, orange and black. I can wear my colors all day.
You know what? Cincinnati, I've been out there. Cincinnati have y'all about the money. A lot of hustlers out there, which is like in LA, but it's just like not like over flags. I went to Cincinnati. So that's why I used at the SoFi Stadium at the Super Bowl, so many drug dealers out there. They were scalping for drugs and tickets. I was like, yo, you got to be from Cincinnati. It was like, go Bengals. So I was like, yeah.
I sold some Super Bowl tickets to some less than desirable guys.
See, you're a hustler. You're a hustler.
Like
I'm
this.
trying to tell you.
Paid me in a Crown Royal bag.
Came in a Crown Royal.
Appreciate it, guys. Seriously. I bought 8 tickets to the Super Bowl knowing I could sell them and make my money back. I still went.
Bro,
but I made my money back off the other tickets. And one of the guys I sold it to paid me a Crown Royal bag. I said, really?
Yep.
And that's it. When he came to the hotel in the lobby, I go, really?
That's how you know. That's good money right there, bro. It's the Crown
20s
Royal.
too. No hundreds?
Nah.
It was all thick. A big, thick Crown Royal bag full of 20s.
Please
then he said, count it. I go, we're going to be here all night. And I still counted in front of him.
That's so disrespectful, bro. If you have a money counter, what's up with you, Gary? You got to have a money counter now, man.
I'm not used to that.
Okay, my bad. I apologize.
Cash like that? I didn't know he's coming like
that. I thought BET, when you had your reality TV show, you came with a contract and a money counter. That's what I heard.
No. I thought you meant Comic View. Oh. You don't need a money counter or Comic View. Nobody got paid that much. You can count your money like this for Comic
what?
View. Ting, ting. Do you know what they used to pay people for Comic View back in the day?
How much?
It was $150.
Wait, time out.
Appearance.
But wait. You get residuals though.
No. So not back in the day. You didn't get none of that.
So you just show up.
That's why they don't rerun it, I think. I think they don't rerun. You got to realize, BET has a library of, they could do before they were famous. And just, because the year I hosted, Cat was on there.
Yeah.
Epps was on there.
Yeah.
D-Ray was on there. Blackson. Nobody knew who they were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tiffany wasn't around yet. Monique came on.
Tony
it was
Roberts.
Yeah, all these huge people. Joe Coy. Big Comic View the year I hosted it. Mm-hmm. That's where we met. It's like they got all that. Somewhere they got that. And they're not letting it out. They can make a killing. They should screw all some of these terrible shows they got on BT. They got some
you
decent
can preach.
terrible.
But, I can say it. It's awful shows.
But man, I don't want to knock a guy. That's where my reality show was. But and they've done a lot for me in my career. But there's some shows. Any network's got shitty shows. Every network's got a shitty show. But God, if they could just find from 92 to 2000 all the stand up they got. I'm like, dude, you got everything. Before they were Cat was Cat in the Hat, missing the front tooth.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people knew him from Money Mike, but I was like, that's that little dude from Comic View. Like, that's that little dude was like, yo, I after that movie, I was like, you start seeing him more and more and more. I was like, damn, that's a real pimp right there. He's from Ohio.
He's from Cincinnati?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, y'all don't disrespect Cincinnati.
Dude, I mean, Chappelle,
yeah.
I mean, everybody says D.C., but he was back and forth.
He's back. That's why
he was back and forth between like Dayton, which is a suburb, basically. It's 30 minutes north. But Dayton, because his parents were professors at Antioch College over there in Yellow Springs, where he lives now.
Okay, yeah.
So he was like back and forth, DC, Ohio, DC, Ohio. That's why whenever I say Chappelle's an Ohio guy, they're like, nah, he lives there now, but he was DC. I said, nah, I think his dad raw dogged his mom in Ohio, bro.
You can't say that because now he's fighting for the city in DC. I ain't see him at the Young Springs, wherever it was.
No, he's fighting for them too. He's trying to get everybody to move there. They said he built a comedy club. Yeah. He literally owns like some ridiculous amount, like $50 million in property and buildings in Yellow Springs. I know Yellow Springs had that much money. You ever been to Yellow Springs? Did you do summer camp?
No, never. Did you go to the summer camp?
I did it once.
Okay.
It was funny. He called me to do the first one before it was going to be a summer camp thing. He was just trying to do something for Ohio. He said, I want it to be all Ohio comics. And literally when Dave called, you kind of put everything aside and try to make it.
Yeah.
But they called me at like 2 p.m. and wanted me on an 8 p.m. show, and I'm on the West Coast. So I was like, that's 5 in Ohio. I go, I can't make it, you know?
Yeah.
And then he started sending private jets for people. But at that time, he wasn't sending private jets for people. I had to find my own flight. He thought I was in town, though.
Okay.
So,
he thought you lived. Oh, you thought
he thought I was there.
Yeah.
But it's interesting when I did it, the election was getting ready to happen. So you get off the highway, and you're driving toward Yellow Springs, and all you see is Trump signs in the front yards, right? As soon as you hit Yellow Springs, the first thing you see is a Black Lives Matter banner, and it's all Biden signs within Yellow Springs.
After that.
So it's surrounded. It's crazy. And I don't care. That's all Chappelle.
That's him.
That's all his influence.
I didn't know that.
It's all his influence. He runs that town. But they protected him. Like, when he supposedly went crazy in 2005, and he was in Yellow Springs, they didn't dime him out. He was able to walk freely, and nobody was bothering him. Nobody's taking pictures, send it to paparazzi. So he was able to, like, I could get up in the morning, go to a coffee shop. I can go get a slice of pizza. I can do this. And he's not worried about, there's no agendas. It's like, hey, Dave, what's up? And they're generally like, what's up?
Bro,
they don't want nothing.
I know a couple of people thought he was in Africa the whole time. So it's like, damn, bro, he out there in Wakanda, like just living it up and just trying to revive. So I was like, just to hear that, I was like, man.
But I'll tell you, interesting story as a stand-up is, I think as stand-ups, we always want to blame the club if we're not selling like we think we should. I've heard so many stand-ups say, like, man, promote me right, or man, that station, that's 96.2. I'm supposed to be on 96.3. You know what I mean? Like, just so many point dot or something, right? I was in, when he supposedly went crazy, this is 2005 timeframe, the Cincinnati Funny Bone, Dave did like one of his, before it was a thing, did like a pop-up. Like, I'm coming next Wednesday to Sunday. He did 10 shows, 2 shows a night. They announced it the week before. I announced it on stage. I had my Tuesday nights. So I'm like, look, next week, Chappelle's coming. They put on the website, sold out in a day. All 10 shows sold out in a day. And I went, oh, shit, I will never in my life again blame a comedy club for me not selling the amount of tickets I should have sold. I just saw it happen right in front of my face.
Crazy.
They went, Chappelle, whatever, March 10th to March 14th, gone. I was like this, oh. So if people want to see you, they'll find you.
Exactly. Well, that brings up an interesting point that I want to ask you. So with this new social media, right? Because you can do skits, you put your stand up online, you could have a social media presence. Do you think that if you're not selling tickets now and you're blaming the club, you just being lazy. Because you can, people want to follow you. If I follow Gary Owen comedy, I want to see jokes. I want to see behind the scenes. But you don't have to do that because you had a reality TV show. So I'm saying with other comics that are not selling out, they're not like, blaming the club and stuff like that, which still goes on today. Do you think that they're just being lazy, or are they just still like trying to not?
The comics are being lazy?
Yeah, are they just still in their old mentality? Because we see a couple of like old heads from back in the day that's like, very funny. And they're not, moving the tickets as a person who's like have a 7.3 million followers who do funny skits. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
There's no exact science to this. I think for a long time I saw like OGs. I became an OG all of a sudden. We was like, I ain't doing skits. I ain't doing that. I ain't no social media comic. But you do got to keep up with the times. Yeah. And I'm like, here's what I did. I'll just make it about me. For TikTok, right? Okay. I'm not going to do TikTok dances. I'm not going to do the whole voiceover stuff. But I was like, wait a minute. This is an audience that might not have seen a lot of my stand-up. So we start cutting up all my clips. And if you look at my TikTok, which has 2.2 million right now, something like that, it's like, it's all stand-up.
Look, he just threw that in my face, like 2.2 million.
No, but I'm saying it all came from stand-up. Like, if you look at my TikTok, and you'll be on it. We do clips from my podcast and stand-up. And that's pretty much it. So I was like, I'm just going to make this another TV channel for me. Basically. To show. And it's funny because we'll put some old-ass bits on there, and people go nuts. Yeah. And I'll be like,
they haven't seen it before.
That thing is 15 years old.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But they ain't seen it.
Exactly.
So there's no exact science to it. The only thing you can control, just be funny. Keep writing. And like I said, you can't choose your audience. They kind of choose you.
Correct. Yeah.
And we're in a great age. I like the fact that we're in an age now where we have podcasts. Yeah. So it's we have our own talk shows. And you can create your own narrative now. When I first came out here in late 90s, you were at the mercy of the networks. There wasn't Twitter. There wasn't Instagram.
Nothing. Yeah.
Like you'd be like, God, you really had to rely on other people to get your stuff out there.
Correct. Yeah.
Now you don't. Like, YouTube's a channel.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
All these social media outlets. I'll tell you a story because I said it on this podcast. Let me just tell you how great social media is, or podcasting. So I told a story about when the first time I sucked some titties. I don't know what kind of.
That's amazing. Please share.
Okay. Well, the first time.
In Inglewood?
In Louisiana. No, I gave
Pyru titties?
No Pyru titties. No Pyru. Those titties are different. I'll tell you, I can explain why.
Are there female Pyrus?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to suck a Pyru titty.
Why would you be scared?
Because you might have a gun or something.
Bro, you safe. This how you know you messing with a hood chick when she asks you, like, yo, you got protection? And then you be like, nah, I got the condom. She's like, yeah, I'm talking about the gun. Whoa. It's mad dudes in front of my building.
That's crazy.
That kind of,
like this. I'm going to call you a lift, and I'm going to splurge on the hotel tonight. With the lobby.
And you feel safe. You're like, oh, you're rich, Gary.
Yeah. We'll make sure it's a Red Roof Inn since you're a Pyru.
Red Roof Yo, you stupid. A Red Roof Inn. Oh, you make me feel comfortable.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. She would call it all her friends. She'll be crying in
We got hotels. We got a Pyru hotel. I don't know why my gangbanger female voice is like that.
I don't know why.
We got a hotel. We got a Pyru hotel.
Dog, what? Nah. She gonna be in that bathroom of that hotel like, why you sleep? Bitch.
Yo, the game's gonna call me upset after this airs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker, we talking about the Pyru. Whack 100's gonna be on me and DL Hughley.
Bro, like, right on Clubhouse. They gonna be like, look, so we was watching Gary.
Why is he arguing so much on Clubhouse?
Bro, I don't know. I don't want to get.
Scares me.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Whack 100 scares me.
Yes, he should.
Like Blueface and Game. I'm like, he couldn't manage me.
Nah,
because he'd be like, "Yo, this how much you getting? I want more." Nah, okay.
You wouldn't even lay down. You wouldn't lay down. Okay.
I'd be in the group like this. Yo, where the fuck is my energy drinks? We ain't got none. I got energy myself. I don't need energy drinks. I got enough energy, Whack.
You just had to remind me. Internally, I have energy.
And then he's the real deal. Like, he can fight.
Yeah.
I saw him knock out Stitches. I saw him beat those two white dudes up.
Those two white dudes up. Yeah, and he's from the Valley. He's from Pacoima.
Fucker scares me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you fucker whack 100 if you see this. That guy scares me.
Nah, as you should. Like, look, bro.
As a manager,
yeah,
I like to cuss my manager every now and then.
Nah, you ain't cussing.
You know what the fuck you talking about,
bro? He'll tell you a story on podcast. So we had a situation with Gary Owen, and I felt like I should address. He come to me like, no more money. I was like, you ain't getting shit. Then he stood and the phone got quiet. He was like, okay. And that's how you got to get respect out here with these comedians. And then all your shit. Like, I knew Gary was a bitch. I was like, oh, man.
Yes, I am.
All your stuff is on Clubhouse. It's crazy. Nah, but the crazy thing about social media is when Louisiana, this girl, she was a legend. So she was in 6th grade and she had grown woman titties, right? Mm-hmm. When I say grown woman titties, adult titties.
Had a bra.
Well, no bra. Just polo shirt. We had uniforms, right? And
like where this is going.
Yeah, okay. She's 6th grade, right? So she knew.
I don't know where this is going. Sorry.
Okay, no
problem. 6th grade.
Okay, right. You know, we was badass kids. I mean, I'm in Louisiana.
I missed the 6th grade part.
13 years old, they damn near had kids themselves. So look, so she knew that. So she would charge, like she'll like have like at recess, she'll charge you $1 to suck, a 50 cent to grab.
Shut up.
I swear to God. So I came from a middle class household, right? My dad was like the breadwinner. My mom was like a stay-at-home mom. So she'll give me money for lunch. So this particular day, I just was saving up because I didn't want to go by myself. So I told my homeboy, I was like, hey, bro, look, we sucking titties today. He was like, all right, I ain't got no money. I said, don't worry about it. I got you. So
$1.50, $2?
$2, yeah. And here's the thing. It was no sentence. So she'll just like suck and she'll pat you on the back of your head like, all right, your time's up. All right, move next. And she'll wipe it off. And then the next guy like, bro, we was young, Gary. We was young.
Right.
That's
6th grade?
6th grade, bro. Yeah, but it was grown women though.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, the other girls would hate on her. She'll just move her locations like she was in the wire. Like people would look at the bungalows and be like, where is she? And she'll be by the gym. Right. So in my particular day, I sucked. Long story short, I sucked them and whatnot. And I told the story on the podcast and I was looking for her. And I guess the clip got to her and she was like, hey, I'm doing well. I heard your story. I was like, oh shit, still got the titties. And she has kids now. And
no shit, she got kids. I knew that. You gotta tell me that. Multiple. If you're sucking, that guy sucked your titties in 6th grade. Yeah, you got kids by the time you're 23. Guaranteed. I mean, there's no way she
was a hustler though. That was before OnlyFans. That was before all these girls, like the girls who like the strippers and all that. She was like, look, I know what I got. I don't have like a lot of money. I came from a household where, I mean, we got to get it. So she'll probably leave like a week. Just think like horny boys, like in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
She was like Euphoria before the show.
Before the show, yeah. But charging them.
Yeah.
Charging them.
She was like a black girl?
Black girl.
So she was like black Louisiana Euphoria.
Yeah. But she was bad too.
Bad.
I was like, man, she don't even know her value.
No. It's weird the first time as a I don't know how we're getting on this subject.
I know, yeah.
First time you see titties. Yeah. You're like, I remember I was like in 5th, 6th grade and it was by accident. We was in gym class and the girl was like adjusting her shorts and she flipped her shirt up real quick. And that's the first time I saw like titties like were developing and I went, dude, I want to go with her. Like, that I was like this, Sarah. I'm not gonna say her last name, but Sarah, to this day, I was like, because I saw him. She was like, he adjusted her shirt, just went, flip, flip. And I went, sorry, I saw like, I was the first one out in dodgeball. Like the ball, bang, I was like this.
You just stood there. Gary, get on this. Gary,
she flipped up so fast. It's like, I saw her titties.
She was hot.
And the rest of the day in school, just looking at her. And,
and she was like, Gary, what's
she
up?
Has no idea what's going on. She has no idea. To this day,
never.
No idea I saw her titties. Man.
But think about the social media. All right. She gonna know like, yo, Gary, I heard that story. I didn't know.
I moved the end of 5th grade. So
okay.
She probably doesn't even know but I remember her name was Sarah. I can't remember her last name.
That's fine.
But
flip them up. That's all you need.
So how'd you start doing stand-up?
Man, bro, I was in movies. I was in like Creed. I don't know if you watched that movie Creed.
First one?
The first one, yeah. I was in that.
Who you in
Come on, man. Come on, don't play that, man. Gary, you saw me.
Who was you in that?
All right, so he came to my gym, right? And the guy, I played Amir.
Hold on.
Yeah, Google. Yeah, you can type in.
No, I want a visual.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, pull it up. I want everyone to see just say Malik, Bazille, and Creed. Come on, man.
Malik B.
Yep.
Creed.
Now you gotta type my last name because like actors access.
No way.
Yeah, you see it, right? Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
That's you?
Well, yeah, that's me, but don't I used to be really a boxer. Yeah. Type in Malik Bazille Creed, man.
Oh, well, they're talking about on this podcast you used to be on.
Yeah. Yo, good times when I was chilling with the orange couch.
How'd you get that part?
Michael B. Jordan, he came to the boxing gym, and
what boxing gym?
In the Valley. It was called 360 Boxing Gym.
Okay.
And I used to go to Wild Card. I used to live in the gyms out here, boxing gyms, right? I used to beat people up all the time. And he came in with Corey Catlett, his trainer. And he's just fresh
Corey.
You know Corey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my guy. I grew up with him.
He's a good guy, man.
I grew up with him, bro. I remember him when he was a mailman. That's how
a big-ass mailman. That's a big fucking mail. Where's my mail? I'll be here tomorrow.
Well, yeah, all right.
I'm going to call my manager, Whack 100. We're going to have a problem tomorrow, bro.
He'd be like, Corey be like, call him. You know that in New Orleans, call him there. I'm like, shit, all right, he sounds too confident. Now, Corey, he came in the gym, and he was like, hey, man, if you beat this guy up, they're talking about giving him a part in Creed. I feel like, you have some acting background. I was like, yeah, bro. I didn't, but I was like, yeah, bro, I've been in a lot. And I went to school for theater and all that, but don't worry about that. So I went in there and I fought like I was fighting Mike Tyson in the championship belt, beat the piss out of him. Mike, later on that day, Michael B. Jordan called me. He's like, yo, come to the crib. Came to his house. I'm talking about, this is my first Hollywood house I've been to. I'm like, yo, bro. I was trying to spend the night. No, I'm messing with you. But he literally helped.
Same way. What's the first Hollywood house you've been to?
You said
I'll tell you mine after you.
Okay.
So Michael B. Jordan is your first Hollywood.
My first Hollywood house.
Okay.
Yes. And he came. He was so dope. He was like, bro, I really want you to get this part. Let's work on your lines. And I read the script. I was like, damn. So I'm reading the whole script and all that. He was like, bro, all right, say it like this. I was like, dang, you really want me? You believe in me? He's like, yeah, bro, I want you to get it. So Ryan Coogler saw my audition tape. I got it. And I got on set, and Michael B. Jordan was just like showing me, like, yo, I'll stand over here so you can get more screen time. Like, that's the kind of tips he gave me.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, bro, what you want? You want to box or you want to act? I was like, I want to act. He was like, all right, bet. So he threw me Barbershop 3. Didn't get it. I don't know why. But then from there, I went to Burning Sands. And from Burning Sands, I was like the comedy relief, of course, so to say. They was like, bro, you should get in stand-up. So I was like, all right, I took David Arnold's class. I know you know David Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took his class. He was like, bro, look, man, I don't know what you're going to do with it, but I hate to see you quit. And then from there, I just like kept doing stand-up.
Isn't it crazy? There's no feeling in this business than being a young guy, your first acting job in a movie. So, you're going to do Creed, so everybody's going to see it with the cast and everybody's waiting on it. It's such a... The first movie I got was with Jamie Foxx. And hearing you tell that story, that's how I was feeling when, I hate to make this about me, but it was similar. It's like when Jamie was like making phone calls and I was like, wow, he really wants me to get this part. And then when I got it, I was like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah. It's such a weird feeling when somebody goes to bat for you. Like you don't want to let them down.
Nah, I didn't.
And then you're running lines with them. Yes. Like, wait a minute, I don't have the part yet. And like Jamie kept telling me like, yo, they want to see you. Yeah. Look, man, they want to see you. That's all he kept saying. Like, almost like, motherfucker, I made some calls. Don't fuck up this audition. So.
And you got it. Well, let me ask you this. So when it was my turn, like I was just like go there and just watch Michael B. Jordan. But when the camera's on for you, how did you feel? Like, did you execute your lines? Did you do it perfectly?
Couldn't have had a better first scene.
Okay, cool.
Because all they did was scream. Yeah. It was called Held Up.
Oh yeah, the bank robber. You was in the gas station.
I was the cop.
You was a cop.
I was like you and Creed.
Okay.
Oh yeah!
The cop.
No, I was the crazy cop shooting everybody.
Okay.
First scene, first day, all they wanted me to do was ride on the side of the cop car with my gun out, shooting, screaming. Yeah! I was like, so the butterflies was gone because everybody was laughing. And I had no lines. I'm just yelling. I was like, oh, I'm in the game now. But let me ask you this. Where'd you shoot Creed at?
Philly.
Mm-hmm. So how long were you there?
6 weeks.
So, okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
I thought, and I want to see if you thought this. When I did Held Up, we were in Canada.
Okay.
Same thing, about 5-6 weeks. I come back, and I'm thinking, everybody going to be calling now. I just did a movie with Fox, Nia Long, Sarah Paulson. I was like this. I'm thinking when I land, motherfuckers are waiting with contracts. Gary! I remember I landed. Yeah. The lady was there with my dame, drove me back to my apartment, and I went, what the fuck now? It's a lonely fucking feeling. Your first day back from a movie where you don't have other work. Yeah. You're like, what the fuck?
You look around. Yeah.
Now.
Nothing. No one knows you're in that movie. You have to wait till it drops, And you're like, okay, well, look, what's next? What's next? The drilling. Listen, let me ask you this question then. Did you have more lines when you were filming, and then did they cut it down? And he was like, well, you watching the movie like, hold on, wait, I'm coming any moment, Ma. Nah, I say this. Ma, relax. I know it's at the end. Hold on. No. And then at the end, she was like, well, baby, you did good. Yeah. I was like, well, Ma, I only said 2 things.
Oh, no.
They cut me down, bro.
No, see, I'm so good. They can't take my shit out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, man. Let me tell you something, man.
With a gun, Gary.
When you the best, they don't take your shit out, bro. So just up your game. No, I'm just fucking with you.
They took me out, bro. I was like, yo.
I didn't have a huge, but that's the thing. I didn't have a huge part, but it was enough. And then when it comes out too, you're like, when you're shooting, you appreciate your days off. Like we were on a 6-day shoot week, so every now and then they went, because we were inside and outside. So if they were shooting inside the gas station, everybody outside is off.
Correct.
So I'd have sometimes like 3-4 days off, and then when the movie came out, I go, fuck, that was probably the day I was off, not doing. Now you wish you were working every day.
Exactly.
I was like, man, I wish I was working every day now.
Man, I used to go to set when I wasn't working. I just wanted to be around the experience. I was like, I felt like if I was around Ryan Coogler, he'd like, all right, let's put Malik in this scene. Never happened.
What's he like in person? I've never met him.
Oh, he's dope, man. I'm sorry what happened. You heard what happened in Atlanta.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. He was like, yo, what am I doing? And he's one of the cool, chillest guys.
But that could have went left.
I know. If he had
cop reached for his gun so goddamn fast.
Yeah, he was like, whoa, okay, cool, bro. But if he was like, yo, my name is Ryan, you know who I am and all that, that could have been a crazy situation. And I was like, girl, it's the bank teller. He's like, look, I don't want to say my money out loud. I want to withdraw $10K. I'd have done the same thing, but it's crazy because he's such a cool dude, married. Shout out to his family and
chick from the Bay.
Chick from the Bay, Richmond.
My ex from the Bay.
The homie from the Bay.
Yeah, have fun with that. I'm banned in the Bay right now, bro.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, bro. Wait. Why you
my divorce?
Yeah, no, I don't care about that. Yo, why are you banned? So look,
I'm kidding. My ex is from Oakland.
I really thought she went.
She grew up in the Acorn. If you're from Oakland, the Acorn, and then went to Skyline. Like she's Oakland. Dad was into Black Panthers, that type of shit.
Did you ever say hella a lot?
Hella funny, man. Hella divorce.
Hella divorce. Hella single.
Yo, this interview got hella awkward.
Nah, so go back to the movies, right? So that was Held Up was your first one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then after that, how long was it?
3 years before I got another movie.
3 years?
Yeah. That's why I say this game is crazy.
Man.
I did an independent movie, but nobody really saw it. And then, when I got, it was 3 years because what happened with Held Up, Jamie got Any Given Sunday. So they put Held Up on the shelf. It didn't come out for 2 years.
Damn.
Because they wanted it to come out after Any Given Sunday because Jamie's star just started
rising.
Riding. He's like, nah, we're going to hold this.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's star was rising.
That shit was funny, though. Held Up.
Yeah, it was good. What's crazy about it, when we shot it, it was like Jamie Foxx and a bunch of cool actors. Nia's in it and stuff. But after that, Rosalind Sanchez got Rush Hour 2. So she started taking off. Sarah Paulson's in everything now. Like she's been Oscar nominated. And it's just like everyone in their own lanes just start freaking.
And Gary.
Like, I'm doing fine.
Yeah, okay.
Like I was like this. Nobody knew me. The director.
But
that was it. But I just remember that was my first audition in front of cameras and everything. I walked in, I was like, there's 8 people looking at you. I'm like, oh fuck, this is real.
Yep. And it's quiet. It's quiet. You mic'd up and you're like, oh shit, this is real. Okay, let me get my everybody's treating you on set and all that. I didn't have a chair. Did you have a chair?
You're like, on set. Yeah. On set. Held Up? No. I don't remember anybody having a chair with their name on it though.
Oh, okay. So Sylvester and Michael B. Jordan had theirs, and then Tessa Thompson. Because I was number 4 on the call sheet. You see the call sheet, it's the ranking. I was like, yeah, I'm number 4. I was like, this is going to be a significant part. I even took, Gary, I swear to God, I took a picture on Instagram. I was like, yo, you see, I call myself number 4. You know what I mean?
That was it for 4 lines?
Well, they cut 2. Cut 2.
Oh, you're 4? For my 4 lines. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was it.
That's how the call sheet is.
That was my line. You think I should do it? Yeah, man. That was my line.
But okay.
All right, go ahead.
This is what I know about being on film too. So when we shot Think Like a Man, then 2
I feel like that was your breakout role.
Think Like a Man?
A personal opinion.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good cast, though, too. I was the first one to sign.
You was?
Nobody had signed on yet. What was I going to do?
Steve
it
Harvey
was favored nations. Yeah. It was like, no, let these bigger names sign, and whatever they get, I get.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I literally told my manager. I go, wait a minute, what's favored nations? They go, that means everybody's getting the same amount of money. I go, all right, fall back. Mm-hmm. I'm in. I'm good. I'm signing up. Let everybody else negotiate. And then it was pretty simple.
Dog.
And that was the most money I ever got at that time in my career for a movie because shit. Got Kevin. Fucking
how did that come about? Like, how did they just called you up like, Gary, we want you to be.
It's crazy. This is how you never know in this business, man.
I know. It's crazy.
Will Packer.
Okay.
They were doing Stomp the Yard 2. And my buddy knew a PA who was at the production office, which was this abandoned-looking building, because Stomp the Yard 2 was like an independent. It wasn't Stomp the Yard, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't know nobody was there. So we knock in on the thing, not knowing there's sound systems. Like, So I'm knocking on it, and I had these flat-top hard shoes, and I'm going, Kiki!
Stop
I said, I'm here for Stomp the Yard! And this guy goes, who's the crazy white man at my front door? And I go, who the fuck? So they buzz us in, and then I don't know who Will Packer is.
Yeah.
I go into his office. We start bullshitting about nothing. And he goes, oh, man, I'm a big fan of yours. Yeah, stand up. I'm like, yeah. We started talking like we known each other for 10 years. And I'm not there there's no agenda for me. Mm-hmm. I don't know who he is. Mm-hmm. And he knows I'm a stand up. And it was funny. I'd run into him again. And every time I ran into him, it was cool. And then I was on the Tom Joyner cruise, and he came on there, and we started talking then. And it was just every time I came to Atlanta, I'd call him up, he'd come to a show, and I knew he was doing movies. And then all of a sudden, left field, this guy goes, man, I just talked to Will Packer, man. He brought your name up about this movie he's trying to put together about this Steve Harvey book. And I said, really? So I called Will, and then I remember the conversation. I said, Will, what's up, man? Heard you doing Brokeback Mountain 2. Heard you wanted me on it. He goes, what? Yeah, I said, yo, let me get a part of that gay film, boy. He was like, here, what are you talking about? Yo. I said, no, I'm with Rodney Barnes. Rodney Barnes, the writer. I said, with Rodney Barnes. And he said, my name came up for some movie. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, look, I'm going to bring you in to Screen Gems. He goes, I'm really trying to put a good cast together. We're trying to lock in Kevin. And so I remember when I went to Screen Gems with Will to meet with Clint Culpepper, who was running Screen Gems.
Okay.
We go in, and Omari Hardwick was there. So I don't know if he was up for one of the parts, but looking back on it, he had to be there for Think Like a Man. And the only thing I could think of, and I don't know, maybe somebody can tell me if I'm right on my thinking. I think, looking at the cast like it is, I think he was going to go up for Terrence J's part.
Terrence J. I was going to say Michael Ealy.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But I say Terrence J because Terrence was the last one to sign. He was the last minute. Wasn't even supposed to be in the movie. He was supposed to just help out with the table read.
What?
And he left the table read. And then also, because when we went to shoot, I thought there was a couple different people that was at the table read that wasn't in the movie. Mm-hmm. And Terrence I thought he was one of those people that was just helping out. And then he was on set. And literally when I became friends with Terrence, and he was just like, yeah, man, they called me after the table read and said, hey, we couldn't lock in Mama's Boy, so you want the part. And he said, that's why I didn't get a lot of money for it. He was not part of the favored nations. You know what I mean? Because the budget was gone.
Yeah.
So looking back, I was like, that is the only thing I can think of.
Damn.
Is they didn't have it casted yet. And I remember Mari being in the room, and I could be wrong, but he was definitely up in the running for one of the parts.
I think he too swole to play Mama's Boy, though. Like, he too big to...
Dude, I was supposed to be Jerry Ferrera's part. That's what Will wanted me.
With Gabrielle Union?
Yeah, but nobody knew it was Gabrielle at that time. Will wanted me to come in, and he wanted me to play Jerry Ferrera's part.
Yeah.
And then Clint wanted me to be Bennett. Mm-hmm. And so somehow Will was like, yo, I really wanted you, because it was a little media role, Jerry's part.
Yeah.
But it worked because the movie would have been totally different.
No, yeah,
because I'm trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Trying to get my stuff off when I can't. But I remember when we did the table read, Kevin had his character, they wrote it so perfectly for him. And then he had his own little sauce to it. And Jerry Ferrera said it best. He said, when you got done with the table, you knew Kevin was going to hit a home run. You didn't know how far he was going to hit it. But it was set up for him to hit a home run, you know. But the whole cast,
he definitely
hit a home run.
Yours is dope as well, bro. You had like your little what did you improv a lot in that movie? Because I know you could tell, yeah. Because when they were talking, all of it, yeah. Okay, I figured you was just like
the Gap Band, baby.
When y'all was at Rush at the Cover City, and you had what was your line in there when he was trying to talk to the lady? I remember you said something that was funny at the table when y'all had the drinks or something like that. Do you remember that part?
All I remember is I did my son's the name one me gay cello player.
Yeah.
We was ad-libbing that, and then you guys you never make your payments on time.
That's the one.
And then Kevin was like, "We saying black people?" I'm like, yes.
Yes, absolutely. That's the one he was at the Rush bar saying it. I was like, okay, yeah.
I wish they did the outtakes because I can make Ely crack every time.
Every time.
Ely, and that's what I look to because Ely'd be like, just put his head down, and be like, for some reason I can fucking break him
every time.
But you know who could break me? Fucking Faizon. Faizon Love.
Oh, that's my guy. You just had him on.
We just did a movie together in the fall in Vegas, and that's the first time I worked with him on film, and I was like, God damn it, dude! Just his face.
Yeah, he got that little. Hey, he doesn't have a
me
neck.
Crack up.
He doesn't have a neck, and it's just like He's like, yo, I saw him and Bill. Somebody was doing a push-up competition.
Yeah, on set,
and I was like, yo, Faizon is just funny as hell,
dude.
To just be around him is just so funny.
And when you're working with him, you get why he works a lot. Because now I got it. Because working with him, I was like, oh, that's why you're always working. I would hire you.
What was something that you'll take away that made you think like, yo, okay, I get it?
I don't know. He's just fucking. He didn't have to do anything.
Nothing.
There's one scene where, like, I wish I wouldn't have seen him. He has no lines. I look over and he just goes. I was just. He didn't say a fucking word. He just went like this. I was like this. Why did that make me laugh?
No, you don't know. Yeah, I love him.
It just makes me laugh. Some people, just like I'm sure Illy will tell you that. Like I could break him
every time.
I could fucking break that. I would look over. He'd be like.
Because I think it's your timing and the way you say it, how you project your line. It was like, yeah, are you saying black people? Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And it's just like, this motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's how it is. But damn, bro, that's what's up.
Isn't that funny, though? You think about, that's why I said in this business, you was asking me earlier, like, you just never know where the next work's coming.
Yeah.
I don't want to say your life can change in a day, but it really can.
Seriously, yeah, no. After my Burning Sands, and I took, of course, granted, I took the stand-up. I was just slacking on auditions. We did the Burning Sands original Netflix movie, the first original black college Netflix movie, and everyone blew up. I'm talking about Trevor Jackson on Grownish, my man Deron Horton, everyone like blew up, and I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. And I'm at open mics, and then open mics led me to get an Insecure part on them TV show Insecure.
Yeah,
I was like, damn. So then I was like, oh, I'm back, baby. And then again, I was like, Mom, watch this. And then I took another line from me. I'm
eating her pussy, Mom!
Look, that's the back of my head.
I don't have any lines, but I'm fucking killing it right now. Jesus.
I think
there's so much shit on my face. Her hand, Mom, look.
Look, that's me.
That's me, Mom.
Again, well, baby, you did a good job. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. As good as your daddy. You did a good job.
Hey, bro, I don't know if Hollywood is messing with me, but every time I get a part, I say I'm on the set all day, shoot days, I'm killing it, showing up on time, and in the final cut production, am I enunciating something wrong? But they cut my lines. Every time.
But here's what's crazy too.
Crying.
Sometimes you're at the mercy of the editors too, because I'm not gonna name no movies, but I did a movie where I was the comic relief, and I got done. And I go, it's not like they cut anything, but I felt like it would have been funnier, right? Yeah. And my manager said, they go, Gary, you got to realize that movie wasn't originally a comedy, so they didn't hire people that probably knew how to cut a comedic film. So they probably cut it up in a way that it stayed like an action adventure movie, but they was just like, I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. They go, it's a lot of stuff's important, man.
Yeah.
Daddy daycare. If I walked into the editing bay the day they were editing my scene, and because the director wanted me for another movie, right?
Okay.
So he goes, hey, put on the scene where Gary was, and the editor had the camera on Eddie the whole time I'm doing this whole dance thing in this broccoli outfit, and the director goes, what the fuck was that? And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, I got a 6'3" guy in a broccoli outfit doing the snake. He goes, show it. He goes, oh, I don't know if I wouldn't have showed up that day and he wouldn't have wanted to show it to me.
What?
That could have been gone in the movie. They could have been showing Eddie the whole time.
Damn. So it's the editor. So
I mean, it could be. I'm saying there's a lot that goes into it, man.
Yeah.
And
a tip that Michael B. Jordan always told me before I started acting, he was like, be cool with the camera guys. I was like, why? Because they know how to make you look good on camera. Facts. So I was like, all right, cool. So every time I book, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I'll always chop it up. I look good, Gary. Yeah. But my lines just get cut. So I don't know what's going on. Now you try to make me feel good. Like, look, you understand it's a comedy. They trying to make it act. I was insecure and I was a comedian. My lines was very simple. Dude. Yeah. So
maybe it was you. Fuck, dude. I don't want to say it, man. It's you.
God damn.
You're not that good. You're just not that good, man.
I'm good enough to pass the audition, but like when we see it, like
I'm the opposite. Yeah. I suck at auditions.
You don't
get that fucking camera on though. I'm a beast,
bro. I
suck at auditions.
I fucking kill in auditions.
I don't.
What do you do? How do you prep?
I don't. You fucking. I'm top. Lower 10% of auditioners.
And you just
I've rarely left an audition going, I killed that shit. Rarely.
My friend he's booking Deron Horton. He's on a movie with Samuel L. Jackson that came out Apple TV. He says the roles that he usually like, man, I don't feel good about it. I'm like, whatever. Those are the roles that he gets all the time. And now he's in a transition where they just offer him roles. But damn, dog, I see the ones that I take, I'm like, man, I'm gonna kill it, I'm gonna book it, and I'm like, I feel good about it. How did we do? Well, they're gonna go to someone else. I was like, damn, all right. And then the ones that I book, I'm like, okay, cool, I got it. Malik, you got it. Congratulations. Like, I'm gonna study my lines over and over and over again. Kill it on set. Take after take. How you want it? Okay, I can give you a different one. Don't worry about it. You're killing it. And in the final cut, you just see me eating pussy.
They're lying to you, bro.
they're lying.
The whole time they're going, we don't need another take. It's not gonna make the movie. Let's like Tracy Morgan. Yeah. It reminds me of the Tracy Morgan story where he was doing that Sierra Mist commercial. Remember they had a bunch of comedians like probably 15 years ago. They had Jim Gaffigan. Originally they had Aries Spears and they replaced Aries with Tracy. They had all these comedians doing these Sierra Mist commercials.
Okay.
And Tracy had the funniest story. He goes, the director was just going off one day. Like about everything. Everything was wrong and the lines ain't right. And Tracy goes, hey man, relax. It's Sierra Mist. It ain't fucking Pepsi. That just made so much sense. Like this. What the fuck, man? You're directing a Sierra Mist commercial. Relax.
He said it's not Pepsi.
He said this shit ain't fucking Pepsi. It's fucking Sierra Mist. What the fuck you tripping for?
And that just lowered everything expectation.
Yeah. Someone like Tracy just makes the most sense.
Yes,
like, he thinks in such simple terms. I'm like this. Oh yeah. I think about that. This is fucking Sierra Mist.
That's 7-Up cousin.
I'm not gonna see this shit.
I'm not gonna see it.
Kind of like your parts in movies.
Well, all right, brother. God damn, he had to say that, brother. God damn, we was on here bonding.
I'm sorry, my fault.
Yeah,
so who's your football team? Let's just transition.
Yeah, you trying to change. Well, shit, all right. L.A. Rams, baby. L.A. Rams. We did it, baby. Hey, look. Shout out to Aaron Donald. We had a great. I went to the Super Bowl party. Did you go?
I went to the Super Bowl.
All right, never mind.
Row one.
Shout out to Aaron Donald. Shout out to, our coach, the greatest coach we have, Sean McVay. Shout out to, hey, look, I didn't believe in Matthew Stafford. My pops was like, bro, they're going to win the Super Bowl. He was right. I didn't believe in him. He doesn't show up in big games. Boy, did he do. Shout out to the greatest receiver, I think, in the NFL today, Cooper Kupp. Shout out to OBJ. I still rather God take my knee than yours, but I mean, things happen, OBJ. You'll be back. Hey, shout out to also, hold on, I'll be back. Shout out to Jalen Ramsey. You know what I mean? You did that, boy. You shut down. You know what I mean? They was talking about, Jamar Chase, shut number one down easily. I mean, I don't know. Did you see him a lot? I didn't. Hey, and shout out to Von Miller. Von Miller, you freed the other side up for my man Aaron Donald. You know, that weak-ass O-line. We got it in the backfield. And shout out to, look, on 4th and 1, shout out to the coach for going to, going for it.
Shout out the fucking refs.
The ref, what are you talking about? They were holding. What are you talking about? He was holding Cooper Kupp. He was holding. That was over. Which one were you talking about? Because
3rd and 8.
Okay.
Logan Wilson, Cooper came over in the middle.
And he smacked him over. There was
no
so what was that?
You got to call it the whole game. You can't call it the last drive. You got to call the whole game.
What are you talking about? They were letting so much stuff get away. Wait, hold on, talking about.
Yeah, let everything go.
No, talking about. So when a boy grabbed my man Jalen Ramsey face mask, why they didn't call that?
They should have.
No, okay,
I'm not saying two wrongs don't make a right. I didn't say there was.
They scored a touchdown off that.
Yeah, we did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was bullshit.
Yeah.
At least on the 3rd and 8.
Back.
Wait, on the 3rd and 8, all we did was get a first and goal. You had 4 opportunities to stop us. You didn't.
We should have stopped. It should have been 4th and 8. But I'm saying they didn't call it the whole game. You decided to call the shit the last drive?
Because
that's what you call it?
That's when the refs, listen, it was holding all game, right? At some point, you got to be like, okay, this is enough. Okay, this is enough. So he threw the flag. And the ref was like, oh, shit, we are refs. We can do this shit again. They are holding Cooper Kupp.
Go back to you not being on fire and the kid, you can't claim the black card.
Yeah.
I was upset it was our one white linebacker that did it because I was going to say, oh, it's because he's white. Cooper Kupp got the call. Couldn't say that because it was Logan Wilson. He was white. I like to make everything racial when shit don't go right. I hate it when it's black on black and white on white because you can't.
You can't make, yeah. Damn.
But I also think if a white wide receiver scores on a black defensive back, it should be worth 9 points.
You think 6. So
same way when a white guy dunks in an NBA game, I'm like, that should be worth 4 points. That should be worth 4.
So wait.
Black guy scores in hockey, 2 points.
2 points. Okay. I love your scoring strategy. Now let me ask you this: so when Cooper Kupp caught the game-winning touchdown,
right there, right in front of me,
fucking front of me, Eli Apple, he was talking all that shit. He was like, man, hey, New Orleans Saints fan base fucking suck. What he says, and what he said, New York fan base, y'all never be shit.
Right.
And then he gets burnt. I'm talking about cooked on every play by Cooper Kupp. Was that?
I said he should have shut up.
Okay.
I'm one of them guys. Shut up. That's not our team.
Okay.
We got rid of that culture. Zach Taylor has created a whole new culture.
He was about to get fired before Joe Burrow came. Another Louisiana guy saving.
But no. Here's the thing. You can't. His first year, you can't count against him. He had to make the team his.
Yeah.
So you got to give that. You got to give a coach 3 years. So it's like you got all the guys out that didn't want to be there, that wasn't buying into his system. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, man, I'm there. The vibe's different. And Burrow has a lot to do with it. Don't get it twisted.
I was about to say the coach.
But it also shit rolls downhill. Coaching has to allow that to happen. It's like Belichick. The reason he's so successful. Mac Jones comes in, right?
Okay.
It's like, everybody said, this is what he's not good at. And Belichick's like, yeah, so we're not going to do shit that he's not good at. Mm-hmm. Zach Taylor, the same way. Burrow, he might not be good at this. Like, all right, we're not going to do that. What are you good at? But Burrow's good at everything.
Let me ask you this. A couple of calls that Zach Taylor made in the game, I felt like I wouldn't have called that. Like the 4th and 1 on the drive that the Rams scored the first Super Bowl, just kick the field goal. I mean, just punt it. Just punt it.
But that's who we've been that all year.
Yeah, but this is the most important game.
Yeah, but you can't change who you are.
But points count, though, Gary.
They do, but you can't change who you are. Okay. And I think when you got someone like Burrow, you're like, we're going to get the points. Eventually, we're going to get the points.
Against that defense, the Rams defense? That line?
Everything, I'm telling you, and I said it on my fucking podcast.
Go ahead.
Before it happened, I said, look, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald's going to get his sacks. And Matthew Stafford's going to throw a pick. We know that. It's just, when is it going to happen? Mm-hmm. Donald got the sack last. Stafford didn't throw the pick last. I was like this. Because Stafford's generous with that fucking ball.
Oh, he is. He shares it to the other team. I'm like, damn. So it was a lot.
Here's the thing. I'd rather play the 49ers because we already played them. And Burrow's that type when he sees you and he knows what your strengths are and he can watch film on you. I think we would have handled the 49ers.
You think so? The Bay. Yeah. Are you saying that because you banned from the Bay? Or are you just like saying
both? Both. I ain't gonna lie. Both. But we lost to the 49ers in overtime. And Burrow's a type that when he sees you, he's like, okay, now I know. Yeah. Now I know how fast this edge rush is coming. So I think the same thing, like if they would have played the Rams during the year, I'd have been more comfortable. Like he would have known like the way Aaron Donald moves and shit. Listen, I watched the whole goddamn Super Bowl live, and then I watched it on film again. What a lot of people ain't talking about is everyone wants to talk about that 4th down where Donald sacked him, and now everybody's showing how Ramsey fell and Jamar was wide open, right?
Yeah, wide open.
The play before that, the 3rd and 1.
And he got tripped up and pulled the back. Yeah.
If you look at it, Donald was not going through that gap. He was going through the other gap. Our fucking lineman blocked him into the goddamn running back. I went, they did some double team. And they pushed him into it. I went, you got to watch it again. I watched. I go, he was Okay.
Wait. Yeah. Come on, brother. Go ahead. Okay.
Donald.
Yeah. Use my phone.
Donald's here.
Yeah.
Donald was headed this way. Mm-hmm. Our lineman went like this and pushed him in the fucking running back.
So where the running back was right there.
I was like this. Watch it. Watch the third one.
But wait.
Donald was here, right?
Yeah, he's double teamed.
He was going to go
this way.
This is his gap, right? He was going to go here. Our line went, no. I'm going to go this way. Fucker, you know that's where the running back's going. You should have got here. Let him go around.
But that was a hell of a play. That you did not know a grown man was going to pull him back.
The point is, we knew the fucking play. Aaron Donald didn't.
Did you?
No. The Bengals lineman did. You let Donald fucking go that way. You don't push him into where the running back is. So Donald's going to go through the 4 gap, 3 gaps to where our running back's going.
Yeah.
Let that motherfucker go to the 4 gap.
Well, that's why your O-line was bad all year.
That's why we got new ones.
Exactly, but you can't get mad at the O-line. Like you said, you can't change who you are.
You can get mad. You can be fucking mad at that O-line.
Did you put money on the game?
Yeah, I fucking owe Cedric $1,000 now. He's coming on in a couple weeks.
Oh,
fucking bitch. Shit.
Shout out to the neighborhood. That's a great team.
And fucking, we bet 1,000 and the Bengals lost by 3. The Rams are favored by 4. Yeah. I forgot to say we're going with the points.
You forgot to say that. So it was a straight up bet. Why would you do that?
Because I was
you was geek. Nah, this is your first time that y'all been in the Super Bowl for years.
I wasn't missing this.
Yeah, exactly. Drug dealers are back.
We had a plan, hats for me to get on the stage. You know how Kevin didn't get on stage when the Eagles won?
Yeah.
We had a fucking plan hatch, bro.
And you was gonna get on stage.
We had it all. I was like this. When they
Cause I know you was up. You was happy when it was like 25 to
20, 13, right?
13 or something like that. And I was like, oh shit. And you had like 4 or 5 minutes and he went on that drive from the 20-yard line all the way down there with Cooper Kupp. And I was like, oh, the game is over with. And Aaron Donald was like, one play. I was like, yeah, bro. And then the stadium was electric. I was like, yo, this is dope, bro. What really messed me up when you took that drive and then Chase beat Ramsey on the first play. You remember that?
The amazing catch?
The amazing catch, yes. I was like, damn, now he about to be a factor. And then he was wide open. And
that last play, Joe Burrow needed one more second.
He didn't. Oh.
He saw it. He just couldn't get the ball to him.
Aaron Donald, is he the greatest defensive player?
Yeah.
That
I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, that's an argument.
Who's better, Reggie White maybe?
Nah, they said Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor was more of a linebacker, DN though. Like Donald's in the middle, fucking shit up.
Yeah, but I mean Lawrence Taylor, people had to prepare.
I would, yeah. That's like a Jordan LeBron argument. I'll take either. The good thing about Aaron, there's not going to be a hooker in the hotel night for the game. You know what I mean? Like, I think the offseason's a little calmer with Aaron Donald. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Okay.
My thing with the NFL in general, like, everybody knows I'm a diehard Bengals fan. Yeah. Everybody knows it. Yeah. And it sucks when they're playing someone like the Rams where Vaughn, every time I run into him, cool as can be. And Aaron comes to see me when I go to Pittsburgh Improv. 2-3 times he's come, bought tickets, not asking for any hookups. It's just big Aaron's here. You know what I mean? And hang out afterwards and talk to him. Just a nice, cool guy. Damn. So it's hard not to be like upset. Okay. You know, like, because it sucks. Yeah. I hope we get back, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck. But then I'm like, all right. You want to see greatness rewarded. Okay. And Aaron Donald is greatness. Of course. So you want to see it rewarded in that manner. Just wish it wasn't against us.
Well, the Bengals have time. Before
we say that. Everybody's like, now everybody's comparing Joe Burrow to Dan Marino, because Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl his second year. Or they're comparing him to Andrew Luck. Hope we don't get beat up. I go, hey, fuckers. All right, don't compare him to Joe Montana or Tom Brady, bitch.
I heard Tom Brady. And next Tom Brady.
Yeah, but now they keep talking about the other shit. Fuck sticks. Leave that alone. Hold on. Let me put this.
Let it levitate, man. Who was your best athlete to hang out with? Like the athlete, man, this dude cool as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like favorite. Two of them. Okay.
Ken Griffey Jr.
You met Ken Griffey?
That's the homie.
What?
Or Randy Moss. They're two of the coolest.
Bruh, hey, Randy Moss hotter than hot sauce. I know you watch his podcast. I used to play with Randy in 2000 and when Culpepper on the Minnesota Vikings, and I won so much money.
Are you talking about video games?
Yeah.
I'm talking about real life, bro. Real life.
It's the second time. God damn, what I came on this podcast for to get
Hey, bro.
Hey, look, it's levels to this shit.
Talking about real life shit. I go fishing with that motherfucker.
in Louisiana.
Randy, the countryest motherfucker you ever meet in your life.
Yes.
I told he lives in Charlotte now, right?
Okay.
So this is my thing about athletes, man. They put so much bad press out there, but then when you get to know them, you're like, so Randy is just like, he's just like, go fishing. He ain't got no entourage. And we're in Charlotte, and I called him. I said, hey, you want to hang out and have some lunch or something? Yeah, I'll come scoop you up like 1 o'clock. So I told my opener, I said, hey, we're going to go out to lunch. A buddy of mine. And then the guy at the football game goes, oh, do I know him? I go, I don't know. Randy Moss? He goes, the wide receiver? I go, yeah. He goes, no fucking way. We're going to lunch Randy Moss? I go, yeah. I go, levels. I don't know who you think you're on the road with right now. This ain't Shucky Ducky, motherfucker. Say Shucky Ducky, motherfucker. You gonna Randy Moss. But I literally, it played like a watch. He gonna come in to pick up. I said, they're gonna be dirty gym clothes in the back, fishing poles in the bed, dirt. I go, it ain't gonna be in a fucking Lambo or Rolls all cake. You know, Randy pulled up, dirty, like he just went mudding. He goes, there's fucking gym clothes, like he just left the gym. This fucker's in basketball shorts and flip-flops. What's up, man?
What?
Country is just country, man.
Don't tell me that, man. We love him in the hood, man.
That's a good thing, though.
Is
like,
it?
Yeah, he's real.
I love the real.
I'm not saying the shit was dirty.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the fucker did not take it. He wasn't like, I'm going to get Gary.
This Gary.
I'm going to clean this shit out. Nah.
Man, this the comedy guy.
He got in the back and goes, I just moved the shit over. Push the clothes over and shit. But you know what else Randy does that nobody talks about? I don't know if he still does it, but he used to do these boot camps like at 6 in the morning on some like high school football field. He had these CrossFit trainer ladies with him, and they would work people out for free. Like everybody would show up on the field, and you can get a workout in for free, like 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. He just did it.
Damn, just cool. The kindness of his heart. Just like, yo, get in shape.
That's just how he is.
I love that.
That's just how he is, man.
That's dope. I like
cool
that.
As shit. See, I want this podcast to be like, Randy's dirty. He's not.
No.
I'm just saying, he's not going to get his truck washed when he comes to pick you up for lunch.
Especially Gary. Yeah, like, yo, this Gary.
And then when you go out to eat with him, it's just he's by himself. Yeah. And then he had one dude show up, hang out. There's no entourage. Nothing. There's no like calling in the head. We're going in the back, you know?
Just regular people. That dude,
regular as fuck.
Did he get stopped? Did he get stopped like we y'all?
Yeah, but you know, we just keep it moving. Both of us, you know. Just we went to some soul food spot, sat outside. Nobody's really bothering us like that.
Damn.
Same with Ken. Ken don't roll with no entourage.
Ken Griffey. Hey,
no entourage.
He got us in baseball. I remember the Sandlot didn't. It was Ken. When I saw him on that shortstop, I was like, oh, you can be cool as hell. Because it was Darryl Strawberry first, right? A little older than, you know,
not much in Ken. Ken came out with 89, 90.
Well, I just remember Kenny because I was born in 91, but Ken Griffey Jr. he was just like I just saw him. He was just cool with the earring,
hat on backwards.
Yeah, like
dude, Seattle Mariners would not be around without Ken Griffey Jr. They were gonna move.
Facts. He sold that shit out. I was like, a brother playing shortstop. Come on, man.
He was in the outfield, center field.
He was on shortstop too, though, right?
Nah, he was outfield, bro.
No, you sure?
Think of Ozzie Smith. This motherfucker here.
Ozzie.
This motherfucker here, I thought Ken Griffey Jr. was a shortstop.
Well, listen.
Jesus Christ.
Because you know, I'm not in baseball
like that.
A mean
three-point shot.
I mean, I'm not in baseball like that. I mean, just, hey, look, if you want to talk about it, okay.
Griffey, he's the guy. But you forget, like, when you go to his house and stuff, because I go to his house a lot.
Where does he live?
Orlando.
Okay.
You forget when you're there, like, oh, my God, like, he's on the Pepsi machine. Yeah. He was the Gatorade guy. Yeah. He was the Nike guy. Like Nike, the building's named after him. You forget, and you're there. He's got like a vending machine in the garage like this. I forgot you was the fucking Gatorade guy. You forget. You're like,
bro, that was
dude. I forgot about that shit.
His memorabilia is just like, damn, bro. Yeah, you're right. This was in '96.
But you know what's crazy? Goes back to you never know in this business how you meet people. I met Ken through it. Now, growing up, Ken was older than me, Cincinnati kids, but he was like legendary. Mm-hmm. Like there was like stories about him growing up. Like there's this kid, man, in high school. I was like in 5th grade and Ken's like in high school and it was like, yo, there's this guy at Muller High School, dude. You got to see this fucker play. Like legendary stories about him in high school. And then he got to the pros and then like 15, 16 years ago, Alonzo Mourning and Dwayne Wade had Zoe's Summer Groove in Miami.
Okay.
So I went one year, I was performing, and I saw his dad, senior, walking around. So, you know, you got all these NBA guys. The Heat just won the title 2006, and so it was 16 years ago. So nobody's really paying attention to Ken Griffey Sr. So I walk over to him. I say, "Hey, man, I heard there was a rumor." I said, "How you doing, man? I'm Gary." "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Hey, I heard there was a rumor growing up, because I grew up in Cincinnati, too, that you had a swimming pool shaped like a baseball glove." He goes, "Nah, I ain't had no swimming pool shaped like a baseball glove, but I did have the biggest pool in motherfucking Cincinnati." I was like, "Well played." So we just started talking, and then I said, "I still live in Cincinnati." And at that time, Ken was still with the Reds. He goes, "Yo, next time I come to Cincy, I'm going to call you, man. We'll go to a game together." I said, "All right." And like 2 weeks later, he called me. We're in the suite, because Griffey's suite was right behind home plate, right? I'm in the suite with his dad and his mom and everybody. And then it was just funny to me, because all of a sudden, like, these 3-4 white dudes showed up. And I could tell they're kind of fanboying out, right?
Crimping your style.
So I'm just watching. No, they're not fanboying me. They're like, they want to get the Junior.
Oh, okay.
But Junior's playing.
Yeah.
So the game's over, and we're just all there bullshitting. And Senior said, "I'll give you a ride to your car after the game." I said, "All right." So I'm just kind of waiting on him ready to leave. And these guys, they're just kind of hanging out like 30 minutes after the game's over. I'm like, "Why the fuck is this guy still here?" They finally go, "Hey, is Junior going to come up?" Or and Senior's like, "No, they're in Chicago tomorrow. They're already they're going to get the bus and they're going to head out to Chicago." They go, "Oh, okay."
That's how they found it.
So we got in the car and I go, "Yo, what was up with the dudes? Who were those dudes?" They go, "Well, I think they worked at like I'm making this up, Holiday Inn Express."
Okay.
So Senior was like, "When we come to town, they take care of us, and I'll give them tickets to the game every now and then." And I was like, "Oh, that's a good trade-off. Free hotel room for game." He's, "Yeah." So I think they thought Junior was going to come up to the suite after the game, but no, they're leaving for Chicago. I said, "I was wondering why we just kind of standing around." They're like, "Is Junior coming?" Nope, no, he's not coming. So, but I met Junior through his dad. So his dad was like, "Let me give you Junior's number," and I got on the phone with him, and then I don't know, we just got cool over the years. Just got cool. He's just when I say regular dude, like when I go to Orlando, and I took my son and his friends one year, and we went with Junior and his son, who's about the same age as mine. Went to a pizza spot, and we pulled up. The girl sat us right in the middle, and all of a sudden I could tell people was like, "Oh shit, that's Ken Griffey Jr.
With Gary Jr. Yeah.
No, they were saying that as middle-aged white people. They were like, they had no clue. That's Ken Griffey Jr. and that must be his pitching coach. Is that Jay Buhner? so all of a sudden the owner was like, "Yo," he moved into some back table in privacy. And I remember he looked at the host, was like, "You don't know who the fuck that is?" She goes, "I didn't know." He goes, "You don't sit him in the middle."
Yo.
But Ken was just cool sitting in the middle.
And he sat down, didn't even that's crazy.
He's regular as all can be, man.
I know, yo, you have such crazy stories. You just sat there like looking around like, damn, we supposed to be in the back.
I was like this. Why we in the middle? I couldn't say nothing.
Like you, like
excuse me, baby girl, you know what this is? It's Hall of Famer, ho. Hall of Famer, ho.
This ain't no open out dude right here, okay? Yo, where's the back section, please? Yo, that's funny, bro.
I'll tell you the funniest though. So we took some pictures at his backyard, and I posted them. I didn't say where I was at or nothing. I just took a picture of my son and Ken and stuff, and it was funny. I put it on social media, and someone goes, "Hey, what resort is that? Because me and my family's coming to Orlando next month." And I was like, "Bitch, that ain't no resort. That's his house."
Wait, Tom, explain to me how big his house is. Because is it like, I heard about. Oh, okay.
It's pretty big.
All right.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I heard about like Martin Lawrence's house. You know, and it was like, yo,
"Oh, you heard about it? You ain't never been there?"
Never. Wait, you?
Oh,
don't talk. All right, it's strike 3, brother.
Oh, you ain't been there?
God damn, I heard about it. God, I heard about Eddie Murphy gold toilet seats. Have you been there?
You ain't heard about it?
Okay, put it like this: who house you haven't been to?
Michael B. Jordan's.
There we go. I got one.
Yep.
I got one. I mean, yeah.
The dopest house I've ever been in was Quincy Jones.
How explain?
I thought I was outside. I was still inside. I'll put it that way.
Wait, what?
I thought I was outside. I was still inside. I was like, I went through a door.
Okay.
I'm in this open courtyard. I thought I walked outside. And I look up and I go, "Oh, fuck. I'm still inside."
Wait. He had like this.
It was so big and airy.
Yo.
I thought I was in some outdoor courtyard. I was still inside his fucking house. I'm still inside.
Yeah.
I'm still inside his house.
Hey, I just came out with some fresh air.
Yeah. I look up, I go, wait a minute, that's a roof. That's a ceiling. This is the biggest indoor courtyard I've ever been to.
Quincy Jones.
Yeah, the house is pretty big.
Yo, okay.
It was just, it's been years, but looking back, and obviously over time, it's getting bigger.
Yeah, of course.
The story's better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh my God, it went from Inglewood to Reseda. His whole house. His house is that big, dude.
Yeah, quarantine helped.
Yeah. He's got an underground tunnel. It's crazy. He's got his own highway. Yeah, Jones 101.
Jones 101. Right there, right? Yeah, Jones 101. Take you right to the 5.
No. You been to Fox's house?
Yeah.
Calabasas?
So he throws parties all the time.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
They're amazing.
Did you ever play basketball?
At the old house.
Okay.
The one in the valley.
Okay. We played
the one before this one.
In the Calabasas.
This one's in Calabasas.
Yeah.
No, the one before that.
And that was where was that?
It was in the valley, but it wasn't Calabasas.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
it was like off. I ain't gonna say the road.
Oh,
I just know where it's at. But that was when he got me the part. Nah, he made a phone call for me for Held Up. That house.
Okay, I bet. Yeah, but
that was some wild times at that house. Jamie throws some parties.
Oh my God.
But the crazy about Jamie's party, you look around and be like this. Is that Barack?
Yo, it trip you out. Like, who else is in there?
Yeah.
What's the dude name? Damn it. Tay Diggs.
Yeah.
Tay Diggs in there, like, he's the life of the party. I was like, yo, that's the best man. That's the best man right there.
But you know what? You know what's good about Jamie's parties is it's a place where you can really let your guard down. Because I ain't been to a lot, but the ones I've been to, nobody's got their phones out. Nobody's trying to record everybody. Like, everybody's there really to have a good time.
Just chilling.
Yeah, there's certain places, like, you ever been to Russell Peters' house?
Never.
It's like that. It's the hangout spot. Russell Peters' house, man, you don't know who the fuck's going to be there. You talk about eclectic, you'll see Big Daddy Kane and, like, fucking Tyson will be there.
Just chilling.
Just in the back smoking cigars. Like, it's
already has a crazy car collection. Russell Peters.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I wanted to go there just to see like I'm big on cars and stuff.
He just moved though. He was in Hidden Hills and then he just moved to about a year ago. It's a smaller house, but it's brand new. Still dope as shit.
Yeah, of course.
But his shit is always there's always just people just hanging out. And you never know who's gonna be there. You just walk in and be like, is that Rick Fox?
I haven't seen you since goddamn the game. How
right.
How are you?
Literally. Like, no, I'm not lying. I've been there and Rick Fox just showed up like did Rick Fox just show up for coffee and leave? like you said, Samuel Jackson or somebody just random motherfucker just be there. They'd be like, who makes these phone calls? Who makes these phone calls to stop by the crib?
Yo, let me just stop by Russell real quick. Let me just chop it up. Like,
literally.
Like it's the convenience store or something like that. Like, damn.
And he's so generous. Like, I stay at his house probably, if I come to LA 10 times, 8 times I'm staying at his house, I'll just call him like, hey, is there a room open? Like, and he'll just be like, yes, because it's better. It's nicer than hotel, and
of course,
just hang out.
Do you don't like living out here in LA?
I like LA. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot to offer, but living out here, I don't know. I don't think unless I had like a huge TV show or something. Oh, I like hanging out here and visiting. Yeah, but not living. Okay, not living.
That's fair.
I like LA though.
LA is like a great spot. You see everything you want is out here.
Yeah, it's no Fresno, but it's all right.
Fresno. Don't do. I was about to say, he cracked my man back there. I was like, well, I mean, I was about to get on. Like, bro, what do you mean?
It ain't Fresno, but it's all right.
Talk about that little dirt town.
Man, ain't no motherfucking ain't no AAA baseball team in LA. You guys got Dodgers. We ain't got no AAA. Talk to me when you get a AAA team, bro. I like the up and comers.
This ain't the Modesto Valley, bro.
Right? Nah, yeah. This ain't Bakersfield, homie.
Bakersfield.
This ain't fucking. What is that? What is that?
Lawndale?
It ain't Lawndale. Yeah, I thought it was pronounced it. Was it Lawndale and something else?
Which one?
2 cities right next to each other. Lawndale. What's right next to Lawndale?
Palmdale. You got
Pomona.
Pomona, yeah.
Pomona next to Lawndale?
No. Yeah.
Lawndale and something else right next to each other.
Lawndale, and you have like what? So Lawndale, you have
right, you got the Grapevine.
Lakewood. Wait.
Lancaster. Yeah, this ain't no Lancaster, motherfucker. Thank you, random voice in the back. My crack team couldn't figure it out. I got guys on computers.
Nah, don't worry about it. When you start saying, when you say Lancaster, it's like, yo, he wanted to say something for the longest. He was like, man,
he perked up quick.
Yeah, he probably like, look, bro, y'all taking too long. Lancaster. Shit. How long this big gonna go on? Lancaster.
They got Pyrus in Lancaster.
You know what's up. It's gas out there.
What's the blue gang called then?
It's a lot of blue games. It's like neighborhood, 40 Crips, Rolling 60s. You have Grape Street. No, Grape Street is more. It's just a lot of Crips.
What are crabs? Like
whack. If you watching this, I didn't say it. Gary said it.
Is that red or blue?
That's you dissing like a blue set.
I just heard it in a movie.
I'm
sorry. I heard it in a movie.
I didn't say. Yeah, you got your hands up. Like this. You see, I apologize. I was like off top, like brother, I don't want to get.
I heard it in a movie.
Yeah,
I don't want to be on Clubhouse.
Please.
You're allowed to ask questions.
I don't know. That's like, yo.
You can't be.
Nah, they gonna probably.
You can't have a gang fucking come after you for asking a question.
Nah, they gonna be like, oh, this motherfucking Gary think he funny.
I do think I'm funny, but I was literally asking a question.
I'm trying to tell you, that's how they go.
What is that?
What is it?
So that's a disrespectful term.
Yeah, you say
towards
that. So
the red or blue gang.
To the blue gang. So anytime you see a Crips go like, we about to go to the boiling, the crab.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I'm about to go to the boiling Crip. Because that's like a different disrespect. Yeah.
So don't say that word.
Yeah, you can't say that. And then for Bloods, it's a disrespect. I don't even like saying it, but it's like slobs. Can't call them that.
Heard that too.
Yeah, so it's like disrespect. But
the game is red.
Yeah, he's red.
Pyru.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was Nipsey Hussle?
Rolling 60s.
He was blue.
He was blue, yeah.
But they were homies.
Yeah, because I think if you really get past like the gang mentality, real talk, it's just like if you grew up in a certain area, right? Mm-hmm. You just like adopted to what that, your set is. But if you meet a cool dude, like just saying like if I grew up in Inglewood and you grew up in, Lancaster, right? And then, our set is beefing, but we're cool. We get chopped up on the podcast. Then like our OGs are men. They know we're getting money together and we're going to help the set. Like, yo, bro, we cool. We make songs together. It's all respected. Okay. Only thing that's disrespectful is like, we rival. We enemies.
So it's, obviously another level, but it's like sports teams.
Yeah, basically.
Rams, Bengals.
Rams and
shit. But are you able to talk shit?
Yeah, you can talk
to the
shit.
Other about the gangs
but just be respectful. Like I don't gang bang. I have brothers that gang. Like my guys who like damn near all my brothers, they gang bang. And I was gonna bring them here, but I was like, nah, it's cool. Like don't worry about it.
They were gonna come here?
Yeah, they're gonna come here. And I was like, yo, this is my big opportunity. I was like, hey, let's bring the hoe.
Hold on.
I was gonna bring the hoe. You said what?
No, I wouldn't mind having a gang bang. Yeah. To me, it's like I think I like prison movies so much.
Why?
Because I don't want to go. So it's a segment of society I'll probably never see.
Okay.
So I got a friend that's in prison, and every time I go visit him, I'm always like just in awe. Like, not in awe, but just soaking it all in. Like, man, like these guys really, like, he's in Folsom. He's maximum security.
Maximum security, yeah.
And then I'm going, man, these guys' mentality is like, and he'll tell me like, yo, the visiting stuff, everybody's cool because nobody's trying to mess that up. He says, so you literally could be sitting next to a dude that you got beef with that you know it's going to go down eventually.
Yeah.
Not during visiting hours. That mug will say hello to his mother, his girlfriend. They'll be polite as hell, but once the doors close, they know what's up. But nobody's trying to fuck up that.
Yeah.
And they said, and if you do fuck that up, everybody coming after you.
So you get it all against. Well, that's why I think a lot of people who they join a set. Because they're in jail, and I don't know, like maximum security, but I know about county. Like a lot of my friends, I've never been arrested, never been to prison, jail, nothing. But the homies been to county, and what they do is, if you beefing from different set, your set, whoever was in the set, they'll hold you down. But if you by yourself, you getting packed out. They're like, yo, where you from? Like, no, I'm just trying to do my time. Well, shit, my time is your time. You know what I mean? And they get up on you. So that's where they get peer pressured into like gang banging and stuff like that. And then when they get released, you claim the set. So if you want, you got to get put up.
Dude.
Well, shit,
I just want to do my time, bro. Leave me alone.
Nah, man. Ain't no leave me alone, bro. Yeah.
Fuck. What state you from? Joe Burrow.
Who?
Burrow said, baby.
So 9. You with that 9 shit, huh?
What?
Wait, yeah. That 9.
BURROW. That's 6, homie.
What number is his 9? What number is he? He 9, right? Yeah, but on his jersey. Nah, you trying to be slick, white boy.
Why you being a dick?
Don't say that in prison. Why you being, you on dick? Yeah. That's what's on your mind.
Why you being a jerk?
Yeah, exactly.
Jerk. Why you being a shithole?
That's what you want me to put in there. You want to jerk some shit in your shithole, huh?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's not what I said. That's how I would talk in prison. Loud and like confused. That is not what I said.
Guard. Like you just start
guard.
Like they're going to help you.
Yeah. Guard.
Like you try to raise your hand. Guard. When is visiting hours?
That's all I'm doing like this.
Yeah.
What's going? He's trying to fuck me. Why don't nobody ever say that in prison? Just get straight up with the guard. What's the problem? This guy's trying to fuck me. I just came in to do my time. I didn't come to get fucked. Jesus Christ, my tags were expired.
What tags was this?
I'm sorry the car was stolen. But the real reason I got pulled over is not because it was a stolen car. The tags expired. I stole the car, but that's besides the point. I got pulled over because the tags expired. Now he's trying to fuck me.
Oh, my God.
No part of stolen car says fuck. Right?
I don't know.
That's what I'd be doing in prison.
Oh, my God.
And I'd hope the guards be laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't let him get fucked,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Man, cracks us up.
Yeah, too funny.
I make your day better, right? Well, these jokes are over if I get fucked.
You get a go as an ultimatum.
Promise you that. And I'm going to be loud when I'm getting fucked. Everybody going to hear this fuck. Ain't going to be no be quiet. Ow! Holy shit! Oh! Bro! It can't go any farther. It can't go any farther, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, your friend once. Oh, my God. You gay motherfuckers. That's what you say. If you're getting fucked in the ass, that's when you tell somebody, you gay motherfucker. What do you say at the point? Motherfucker, you don't call me gay. You're in my ass. What are you? Gay. Shut the fuck up.
Yo.
Guard!
Yo. Hey, bro, you stupid.
Yeah, that's what they be doing too when they got done fucking me.
Yo,
yeah, like this. Hey, bro, you stupid, man. This motherfucker wild.
He called me a gay motherfucker.
Motherfucker called me gay. You stupid, bro. Like this.
Stay funny.
Yeah. I need a new celly. Someone smaller than me and the same color, please.
Same color.
That's be my request.
That's
in
only
prison.
request.
Can I get a different celly, preferably same color and smaller than me? Please, thank you.
My asshole needs a rest.
Right. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'll go Asian. I'll go Asian.
I'll go Asian.
That's probably just tickling. I don't really go deep.
Hey, cuddle at night. Oh my God, bro.
Well, let's just end it on that.
Yeah, we have to. I don't know. I don't think anything can top that, Gary. Damn.
I feel like I name dropped so much on this. Yeah, let me tell you what houses I've been to.
God damn.
I know.
Nah, it was
you
inspiring.
asked me what the coolest was.
Yeah, nah, I
Why
actually
did you the uncoolest was?
Because I didn't want you to. I didn't want you to drop salt on anyone.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I won't.
Who's the uncoolest?
I'm not gonna say.
There it is. See what I'm saying?
Let me think. What I'm comfortable saying? Uncoolest motherfucker.
Nah, we don't have to go.
No, he's dead. We ain't gonna bring up the dead.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
Damn.
Uncoolest motherfucker I worked with is dead. So.
Well, he got what he got.
I'm not saying God, he lived a long life. He
oh,
was old,
about it. Yo, you didn't give me.
He did.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep it professional. Yeah.
He gone, man. I don't know why my boys turned to this.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Talking about getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah,
no. Still redneck.
You don't know where to go. Yeah. That was kind of weird, though. Yeah, he gone, man. What is Terrence Howard?
He dead, man. It's the real Gary. You ever seen what is that fucking movie with
which one?
Richard Gere and Ed Norton? Not Sixth Sense. Primal Fear.
Primal Fear.
He goes, God damn, it's the real me, Malik. But Gary's not real. This motherfucker here. Tell him, boys.
Tell him, boys.
This is real me, motherfucker. Welcome home. Podcast.
Thank you.
All right, man.
I appreciate you for having me.
Pump your fucking
shit.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm going to just talk like Gary for a minute.
Pump your shit. Louisiana, LA.
Hey, I'm Malik B. You can follow me on Instagram, Malik Bazille, Bazille. I do a funny podcast, Cutting Weight, with my man G King and Jamar Neighbors. And I'm all over social media, and I live in LA. You come to a comedy show. Thank y'all so much. I hope they don't cut this line as I'm doing my promo. They just cut it down, just like 2 lines, just to keep it Hollywood. Like, yo, just chop that up. But
Good.
Nah, thank you for having me, man.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.